And welcome back to the second half hour of The Factor Uncensored. Last night, we asked women of different ages and backgrounds about motherhood. Would they choose that life? And half were happy without having any kids whatsoever. Tonight, we're flipping those questions around for the guys and talking about fatherhood. Do they want children? Why and why not? Joining me now here on The Factor Uncensored, Todd Smith, Demetrius Walker, Alfonso Kennard, and Anthony McKinney. Glad to have you all on The Factor Uncensored. So, Anthony, you said you are thinking about it. You haven't made up your mind.
I haven't just yet. My life is very fast-paced. So with me juggling the businesses that I own, and hell, I have barely time enough for myself, you know. So if I bring on that responsibility, I want to make sure that I'm really locked into, you know, committing to that child and, you know, bringing them up the way I was brought up. So that's the way I'm
So you don't think you could make time for that now, the way your life is structured right now?
For right now, yeah. So
because you know when they come, they become more important than whatever you're doing.
I understand that, and that's why I'm building a legacy for them. So when I do bring a child into this world, it'll already be established, and I can make more time for them. So you
haven't quite made up your mind.
Exactly. That's right. You're spot on with that.
So, Alfonso, your thoughts about this?
Well, my thoughts, look, I'm a father, and first I want to send some love to Del Rio, Texas, to the Huron family that's celebrating their angel, San Juana. And that, I bring up her name as well because she's an incredible example of someone who's been selfless and was a mother to multiple children and raised them, and with a father who was traveling the world as a merchant marine and didn't see his family that often, but did what they had to do to set their kids up for life. Now, for me, I didn't plan a single one of my kids. My son's in the green room, and sorry, son, but you were planned. But I love my kids. Who doesn't love their kids? I think, you know, look, I'm not a scientist. I'd like to play one on your show sometimes. But it's in our biology. At some point, we want to have children. And whether you're ready or not, you become ready. At first, I was panicked when my wife at the time told me, you know, I'm pregnant. We were broken up at the time. There was no right time. You know, I was starting my law career at the time. But I went to Barnes & Noble, bought every single book there was, and none of it helped me. I knew how to clean bottles and disinfect them well, but I don't think there's ever necessarily a right time. Personally, I think it's always going to be in God's plan when it happens. And whether you're building a legacy in advance or you're building a legacy during or even after, I think the constant is that we as humans love our children regardless of when they come. But I'm a proud father, and I wouldn't have it any other way. And look, I respect the choices. I don't know very many men that don't want to have children at some point, and especially in our communities.
Now, when I did a post last night about the females, there were a lot of guys who chimed in and said they did not. So do you see something wrong with that if you don't?
Well, yeah, I respect any woman's choice to not have children.
And I'm sorry, when the men chimed in and they said they didn't want any children, not the women.
And that's certainly their choice at the time that I was having children.
You sound like something wrong with them.
I think when I wasn't ready when that time came, I had no clue what I was doing. My marriage went to crap at some point, but I love my kids. And I think it's something that when it happens, you have two decisions. And look, let's not make any mistake about it. Any man can father a child. But to be a dad, to be active in a child's life is a whole different story. So that said, you know, some men just don't have it in them, whether it's the timing or they just don't have the propensity, and that's okay. That's their choice.
Let's hear from the next man. Demetrius, there?
Yeah, you know, I have an 11-year-old son, and I think that we live in a new economic reality now. So I have one child, but having another child causes me to take pause and actually really think and consider, do I have enough time? I'm a business owner as well. And so in these times that we live in now, knowing inflation is going crazy, we were just talking about the world might be on the brink of collapse. Is this a good time to bring another child into the world? And you really have to put a serious consideration into doing that right now because so much is going on.
Todd, let's hear from you.
I don't. I'm a lot like Anthony, starting a legacy. And my dream, since I started this, my business was always to have multiple television shows, multiple online magazines and things of that nature. I didn't realize how hard it would be, how much money it would take. So if you have a child, how do I look taking money out of that child, from that child, and putting it into a business when that child needs school clothes or a wife needs this? So I always wanted to have children, but I never wanted to be that dad that put himself first. Right now, I have the opportunity to put myself first, get my dreams together, and then think about my legacy. But it's always
You're about planning.
About planning, but I didn't plan it for it to be this long. You know what I mean? But you see what I'm saying? But like Alfonso said,
What are you, 65 now?
man, I feel like it. I'm not, put it like this, I'm not more and more old having a child and too short and they're in their 50s.
Right.
I'm nowhere near that. But that was not the plan. But like Alfonso said, everything is on God's time. I have grandfathers and great-grandfathers on my mother's side, and they had children later in life, so maybe it's a family thing. But one of the young ladies last night said the wisdom that she has at this age would be beneficial for her, or something like that, having a child now. When I was in my 20s, I was a fool. You know what I mean? I really was a knucklehead. I wasn't the right person to be a father at that time. Now, with the wisdom that I have, the maturity that I have, and now I'm getting my business together, I would be more of a better father. So, like Alfonso said, you don't want to be just a sperm donor per se. You want to actually be active in that child's life, and that might not be in your 20s. It might not even be in your early 30s. But when the right time comes, and if that's God's will, it'll happen.
And do any of you feel like if someone, especially a male, decides not to, is it selfish?
You know, I think
an answer.
I think deciding to have a child is the most selfish thing that you can do, actually, because bringing another person into this world, knowing all that's going on, you know, you have to be, first of all, selfless as a parent, but you also, you know, you're making a selfish decision to bring another human being onto this planet in the current state that we're in.
Alfonso, not in an attorney sort of way, but respond, because don't talk long.
Right, no, I get it. Look, I get that. Look, the world's crazy. It's corrupt. There's all sorts of crazy things happening. Is there ever going to be a good time to bring kids into this world, especially now? I'm sure they were having those same conversations in the 1960s. I don't think there's ever going to be a good time, and really, it's on God's time, I think. And to his point, I had 2 small children when I started my own law firm. And if anything, it motivated me more to do what I needed to do for them, because no longer was it just about me and my dreams and my goals. It's what am I going to leave for my legacy? You know, I think we're all business entrepreneurs here, and we want to have generational wealth for our families, especially as minorities here, because we are trying to buck the trend. But I don't think you can separate really your desire to be successful in business from your desire to be an outstanding parent.
And what about, really quick, in like 20 seconds, what about children being your motivation to continue your business and grow? 20 seconds.
That is a huge motivation for me. You know, first off, God's plan, find a wife, have kids, and then build that generational wealth for them to take over. But that is a driving factor for me to be able to be the most successful business owner that I can.
All right, gentlemen, thank you for joining us here on The Factor.